The old adage, "Be careful what you wish for," has never rung truer for me than in the context of my homeland. I watch with a complex mix of hope and trepidation as my fellow Nigerians pour their hearts into prayers for a national rebirth. My caution is not born of cynicism, but of a sober assessment of history and global power dynamics. I was raised in an environment steeped in faith, where the struggles of our nation were often framed as a grand spiritual warfare, a battle between celestial forces of good and evil. While this worldview provides solace and a framework for understanding suffering, I have observed its dangerous potential to serve as a divine cover for gross governmental incompetence and corruption. It can lead to a passive populace waiting on a miracle while excusing the failings of its mortal leaders. Yet despite my rejection of this fatalistic narrative, I am not without my own form of faith. I possess a deep, unwavering belief that Nigeria is a nation of profound destiny. Our vast human capital, natural resources, and cultural dynamism position us, not just for success, but for leadership, to be the catalyst that guides Africa out of the lingering darkness of colonialism and neo-colonial exploitation. However, this hope is meticulously guarded. My caution stems from a clear-eyed understanding that many of my compatriots are not fully versed in the ruthless, chess-like nature of international geopolitics. This is not a realm of chance. It is a calculated arena where every event is a move and nothing occurs in a vacuum. In this global game, the private interests of international capital and hegemonic powers consistently override the national interests of developing nations. The primary strategy employed is one of division, a deliberate and sophisticated campaign to keep the population perpetually focused on its internal fractures, tribal suspicions, religious doctrinal differences, and regional rivalries. By magnifying what makes us different, they ensure we never unite around our common struggles: the fight against poverty, the demand for accountable leadership, and the quest for justice. While we are distracted by these manufactured conflicts, our national wealth is systematically extracted, our future is mortgaged, and the collective dreams of generations are shattered. This brings me to my most profound and unsettling conviction. I have always known with a chilling certainty that the moment Nigeria truly begins to realize its potential, the moment we institute sovereign policies that prioritize our people's welfare over foreign corporate profits and assert our independence on the world stage, the full force of the American-led international order would be brought to bear against us. The pretext would be readily manufactured: human rights concerns, promoting democracy, or countering terrorism. History offers a grim curriculum in this regard. Libya was not merely intervened in, it was utterly destroyed, its statehood obliterated for daring to challenge the petrodollar system. Iraq and Syria were torn apart under the guise of non-existent weapons and geopolitical reordering. Iran has been under relentless economic siege for decades for its defiance. Even Sierra Leone's brutal conflict was fueled by the geopolitics of resource control. The contemporary examples are even more telling. Venezuela stands as a stark monument to this reality, a nation suffocated by sanctions, blockades, and internal destabilization for the sin of possessing vast oil reserves, and a government unwilling to capitulate. This is the unspoken deterrent. It is the fundamental reason, I believe, why no Nigerian leader, no matter how well-intentioned, has ever dared to enact the kind of radical, systemic change we so desperately need. They look at the global landscape and understand the price of true sovereignty. We need only look to our neighbors. Kenya was recently brought to the brink of chaos through widespread, digitally fueled protests, with President Ruto ultimately forced to capitulate to demands that were undoubtedly shaped by these external pressures. Tanzania currently holds its breath in a precarious standoff, its resistance tested daily. The pattern is undeniable, and in the end, the established order almost always wins. This understanding forces us to re-examine the very architecture of our modern world. What indeed are the true origins of global social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter? Are they merely benign tools for connection? Or are they, in their design and application, sophisticated instruments of soft power, surveillance, and social engineering, digital levers to shape public opinion and enforce a compliant global narrative? Therefore, my prayer for Nigeria is not a simple one. It is a prayer for wisdom as much as for change, for strategic clarity as much as for courage. I wish for a Nigeria that awakens to its destiny, but one that does so with its eyes wide open to the immense perils that await any nation that dares to challenge the throne of global power. Our journey to redemption will not be a simple prayer meeting. It will be a high-stakes geopolitical battle, and we must be prepared for the storm that will surely come.